off. Now go fly Virgin.
Again, I think maybe you've touched on this, but I'd like to hear a little bit more. Trust is often cited as a real critical factor to the success of an organization and the success of those in positions of leadership. How do you manage trust?
Really? I'm changing the question. Have you ever played Donkey Kong? There was this hotel I was at in LA yesterday, and they had free Donkey Kong. I just kept playing. I couldn't get the damn thing to the top, though. You get older, you just forget how to do these things. Trust. You trust the pilot. Why is it, okay, here's a weird one. Why do we trust cab drivers? I don't even wear a seatbelt in a cab, but I would never drive in my own car without a seatbelt. What is that? Because they're professional drivers. I trust them, right? Trust. I don't think I completely trust anybody. I think I always, human nature is human nature. And when we get into a situation, we're all going to do the wrong thing from time to time. So trust is very important, and you want to have trust, but let's face it, this is business, okay? So if you got somebody who signs your checks, you better make sure you have somebody else who checks to make sure those checks are being signed properly. There's trust, but there's checks and balances to make sure that everybody should be and can be trusted. Business is a little bit different than life, or is it? I don't want to sound like I don't trust people. Does it sound that way? Yes. I've been burned by people I trusted. I've gone out of my way for employees that didn't turn out so well. I trust human nature, though, and I think in most cases, if you give people what they need to thrive and enjoy the experience, that they're going to give back to you what you need to build a successful business. So I guess the easiest way for me to answer that question is, if I was going to trust anything, it would be to trust my gut. And that there is nothing in a business that you should fully trust, except that it will change and that people will act like human beings, and therefore you must be prepared, and you must watch, and you must have a procedure to manage every single process, to make sure that people are behaving as honestly as possible.
Well, if you can change the question, then I'll change it too a little bit. What do you think it is about you that causes your employees to trust you?
They don't. They just think they're going to make a lot of money and have fun doing it. That's it. They trust me because I think that at the end of the day, they know that I'm legit with my passion. They trust my passion. They trust what I want. They know that I want to make money, but they also know that I want to really do something cool, right? What gets me excited in my office is when somebody does something and I look at them and say, whoa, that was cool. Yes, you get it. Spot on. That's going to work. That gets me fired up, right? So there's no longer a trust issue, right? This is it's all about the excitement we get from achieving. And not everybody's an entrepreneur, right? You can't have a group of entrepreneurs in a company. Well, you can, but you just go around in a circle, right? So I think that at the end of the day, I think they trust my passion. They believe in my, they share a lot of the same beliefs in terms of what it is I want, this mind-blowing customer experience. That's my, you know, it's my gig. That's what I like. That's what I do. And you either buy into that or you don't. So they trust that part of it. I think they know also that I do have their best interests at heart in terms of providing, because I like when one of my employees stops me and says, "So I bought a house." That's a pretty cool feeling. That's a really cool feeling. So hopefully they can see that in my face. Can they? You guys trust me? Awesome. Awesome. Can you turn the camera over there, please?
I remind all of you folks, if you would like to ask Eric a question, please begin to line up. If you don't choose to do so, that's all right. You know, Eric, you just strike me as a person that's very loyal to your customers and to the people within your organization. Mm-hmm. How do you blend that loyalty into a profit motive?
So Ronald Reagan couldn't fire people. Did you know that? Does anybody watch the HBO special on Ronald Reagan? Watch it. You start off thinking, wow, this guy was really, whoa, what happened to that guy? I mean, it is the craziest story. But he couldn't fire people. And you know how he fired people? Nancy. She was tough. Yeah, I mean, the truth of the matter is I don't fire people well either. Every single time it goes down, whether it's somebody in my executive team or a technician or anybody, it makes my stomach turn. I don't want to see somebody's life get affected negatively. I really don't. Certainly not, as a result of me. I'm going to try to become more compassionate, but you can't sacrifice your business. And here's how I deal with it. If you're firing somebody because they're not getting the job done, you're doing it because there's 50 other people there that deserve more. That's how I justify it in my mind. It's still really hard to do. And then the coolest thing is, as a CEO, is you hire other people to do all your firing for you. Just throwing it out there.
As you know, our last guest was Paul Orfila, and one of the things he said last time was that he was literally running scared when he was running Kinko's. Do you find yourself running scared?
Not anymore, because now that I know that, I feel a lot better. Whew, I thought it was just me. Oh, always. Always. I mean...
What scares you?
Failure. A negative customer survey. I read every single survey every day. The 4.0s, we do it on a GPA scale. 4.0s, I love reading those. They're kind of redundant. You guys rock. You guys are excellent. It was amazing. I love when you come to my house. Awesome. I love reading that. And then you see the 1.17 come in. This person is pissed off. You did something wrong. Now, in our business, here's your money back. No questions asked. That's it. Here it is. We're sorry. Oh, no, that's not good enough. Thank you for the money, but I want my problem fixed. And I want it fixed by the CEO at 9 o'clock at night on a Sunday. I mean, people get vicious. And it just bothers me. And I think to myself, what did we do wrong? Do they know that we really legitimately wake up every morning and want to be amazing? Just like all the flight attendants on Delta? No, you know what the problem is on Delta? They don't. They're there because they have to be there, and they hate it. They thought it was going to be glamorous, and their pay keeps getting cut, and they're not even allowed to drink their own water. I mean, it's terrible what's gone on there. So the failure, ultimately, missing a payroll, which, knock on, is that wood or I think that's wood, has never happened to me in 15 years, is scary. Reputation, personally, is another big one. I don't want to be thought of by a community that I've been here now 25 years. I don't want to be thought of